It's recap time. I bring you one more recap. Today I will explain a movie called No Tears for the Dead from the year 2024. So let's start. The film opens with our lead, Gon, waiting to assassinate his targets in a bar, where he silently entertains a little girl. Once he's through with the assassination, he hears someone approaching him, so he blindly shoots at the door, only to find out he's the girl he entertained earlier. Scenes cut to Gon's work associate, Chaos, visiting Gon's apartment with his men after several days of no contact. They find him rotting in his own vomit, refusing to be cleaned, so they knock him out and bring him back to their boss, who wants Gon to go after the mother of the little girl he just shot, because the guy he killed for stealing his boss's offshore account details sent copies of the information to 3 of his associates, one of which is the mother, Mogyeong. Since he threatens Gon, he is forced to execute the task. Alone at home, he drinks while seeing Mo's pictures with her daughter. The next day, we see Mo entering her work office in Seoul. Unbeknownst to her, her entire office has been bugged by John Lee, who's constantly spying on her. He then calls his men and tells them to stay sharp while picking Gon up from the airport. They do as John says and drop him off at his apartment, where they give him a gun and a car key before leaving. Mo is seen giving a presentation in her firm, after which her male colleague shows up to pay condolences. She's later seen with a lady doctor in a hospital, who takes her in an elevator to see Mo's dementia-ridden mother. The elevator momentarily stops, allowing Mo to spot Gon standing behind her. She even spots him following her car. Gon returns home, where his guilty conscience awakens seeing Mo's daughter, among many pictures of Mo provided to him. The next day, Mo visits the police station to retrieve her husband's items, but they secretly record her statement and try to find out about her husband's partners, Park and Song, who were involved in embezzlement frauds and gambling loans. Later that day, Gon watches Mo leave, after which he infiltrates her house and eyes everything. Mo visits her mother in the hospital and looks after her the entire day. At night, Gon enters their room and steals Mo's memory card from her phone to access the files he's after. Back in his car, he looks at Mo's personal pictures and secretly deteriorates seeing her dead daughter's pictures. On the other hand, Lee's men have drugged Park, Mo's husband's friend. The man dies of the drug overdose, but the men find Mo's number in his phone. To confirm it's Mo, one of the men attends the award ceremony at Mo's firm, where he calls her number and confirms he has the right number. There, she receives an award for being a hard-working team leader and is forced to sing a song she sang last year. Midst her performance, John Lee's man talks to him in person about Mo being innocent and oblivious of what's going on, revealing that John Lee is none other than Mo's colleague. Afterwards, Mo reminisces about her daughter and cries alone in her car, which Gon witnesses while spying. Gon follows her into the hospital, where the two get stuck in the elevator again. He introduces himself as Mark and secretly records their awkward conversation, which he keeps listening to alone at night while testing his gun. The next day, Mo is finally allowed to collect her dead husband's items, among which is a USB. When she plugs the USB into her computer, it requires a password to access it. Her guessed password turns out to be correct, but it alerts John Lee, who rushes back to his surveillance room. Gon invades Mo's house once again to open her safe. John Lee watches Mo from the surveillance and confirms she has the files. Gon finds a pair of keys, which he uses to unlock a door in Mo's house. The door leads to the dead girl's room, where Gon receives a call from John Lee's man, ordering him to assassinate Mo and stealing the phone she found from her husband's belongings. Gon stays there and overhears Mo arrive and break down completely after seeing her dead daughter's old videos, which heavily impact Gon. He decides to walk out and shoot Mo. His mind changes when he finds her overdosed on the couch. Meanwhile, John Lee has his men kill Song in a car accident. Back in the house, Gon has a flashback of how his mother tried ditching him at a gas station, but he snuck back in the car trunk, unaware of the fact that his mother has shot herself. This unpleasant memory makes him hate what Mo has done, so he shoots her and leaves. When the cops show up, we find out that Gon had only shot the couch and called 911 before leaving. John Lee finds out about this and beats up his man while throwing tantrums. Back in America, Gon's boss orders Chaos to find Gon and kill him for betraying them. Gon leaves everything behind and visits the dead girl's grave in the cemetery. Meanwhile, Mo is interrogated by two detectives in the hospital, through which it is confirmed that her husband was the man who stole the Triad's bank information from John Lee and was recently killed along with both his buddies for the betrayal. They force Mo to help catch John Lee, but she ends up slapping the detective and passing out. Up next, Chaos and his boys arrive in Seoul and test out their guns on random civilians. Gon calls Mo anonymously to warn her about her daughter's phone everyone is after and tells her to run. Unfortunately, one of John Lee's men catches her, but she locks herself up in the bathroom. Gon surprisingly shows up and kicks him out of the room during their fight. Gon chases the man outside, but he flees successfully. Back at the hospital, Mo shows the phone and the USB to the detective, so they escort her out, not knowing the bad guy is after them in another disguise. The man waits for them outside the parking lot elevator door, but when Mo walks out, the man doesn't shoot her and grows silent for some reason. Gon comes out of the shadows and shoots him to death. He takes out his phone and contacts his employer, who turns out to be John Lee's main guy. It turns out that Chaos and his men are also there. Their different methods of dealing with Gon cause them to fight one another and split up. John Lee throws a tantrum in the men's bathroom, where he misbehaves with a female janitor for eavesdropping on them talking about murdering people, and then walks out of there to carry out his mission. The detectives bring Mo to a hacker's apartment, where they ask her to give them the password in order to access the data and catch John Lee. She does as they say, which enables the hacker to encrypt the data and hand it over. But Gon spots a new gang entering the apartment building, who happen to have Mo's location on their phone. Gon kills one of the gang members and steals his phone. He quickly uses the dead guy's phone to call his employer, which blows the young detective's cover. He immediately shoots the senior detective and reveals his intentions of making more money. He grabs the USB and goes to deliver it to John Lee's main guy. Meanwhile, his gang shows up to scare Mo and make her a hostage until the deal is done. Gon starts killing the ones outside, while the young detective debates about increasing his share for getting his men killed. John Lee's man ends up killing him instead, and handing the USB to John Lee, who's inside his car. Upstairs, Gon walks inside the apartment, shooting everyone, but they gang up on him, during which his gun gets thrown away. He takes one of the men's daggers and brutally stabs them all to death. Before he can speak to Mo, Chaos and his men start shooting at them from the adjacent building's roof with their snipers. Alvaro barges in, not knowing Gon is hiding there. He comes to get Mo, but Gon attacks him and kills him eventually. Gon tries walking outside, but Chaos shoots at him, so he crawls closer to the dead Alvaro to take his shotgun and a bag of explosives. Gon calls Mo and reveals that he was there the night his husband and daughter were killed, and if she wants to know the details, she must take the SUV parked behind the building and drive away. Gon covers for her by shooting back at Chaos and his man. Chaos becomes angry and climbs down of his building to pay a special visit to Gon. As he walks up the staircase, Gon shoots at him and disappears. Chaos attempts to enter the apartment, but Gon throws a grenade at him, which causes huge explosions. This allows Gon to run away by jumping off the balcony, but Chaos grabs him last minute. He breaks loose and runs away in his car. When he calls Mo to pick her up, he finds out Alvaro is alive and has taken Mo as his hostage. He returns to the building, where Chaos's man constantly shoots at him, making him run away from there. Once on the road, they call Gon to tease him. He begs them to leave Mo, but it's not happening anytime soon. Gon goes back to his apartment and explodes it using the stolen bombs and calls the cops to let them know about it. Meanwhile, Chaos and John Lee reunite in their main building with Mo, where a huge SWAT team shows up to rescue Mo. Chaos looks around the building to see what led the cops here and finds through a news channel that Gon has ratted out their location to the cops. He also keeps bombing places to force the cops to act. John and his man begin printing the data from the USB, which automatically makes a copy upstairs near Mo, who also finds the secret button to unlock the surveillance room. John has temporarily thrown the eavesdropping janitor's body, so she uses her phone to call the cops. Simultaneously, the police outside use jammers to block all kinds of internet and cellular networks. Juan also faces difficulty in the control room. Chaos tells him everything about Gon manipulating the cops and decides to join forces. They all speculate Gon is above the elevator room and begin shooting at it, but Gon escapes. Alvaro goes to Mo's floor, where he encounters Gon. During their fight, Juan blindly shoots from the elevator and ends up killing Alvaro instead. He takes this personally and goes after Gon. Meanwhile, Mo pulls a trick from her computer, which logs John out of the USB and formats his entire data. This breaks a fight between John and his man, who was only there for the money. He ends up stabbing John to death. Mo fails to escape from the locked doors, so she hides. Juan finds Gon, who has put tin cans inside a microwave that cause a huge explosion, killing Jian and turning on the water sprinklers. Then comes Chaos, who gets tired after putting up a long fight and stops. Simultaneously, the maddened sidekick of John finds Mo and starts assaulting her. She ends up stabbing him in defense. Chaos talks to Gon once again through the walkie-talkies and decides to finish off Mo for what she's done to Gon. Before that, Gon connects with Mo through a walkie-talkie and brainwashes her into shooting the man coming out of the elevator, while also revealing he's the killer of his daughter and husband. When the doors open, Mo pulls the trigger but becomes shocked to see Gon get shot by her. Chaos shows up and decides to shoot Mo for what she's done, but Gon pulls his coat, implying that he wants him to spare Mo. Chaos grants his wish and lets him die in peace. The film ends with Gon having a flashback of his mother giving his childhood version a shower and already preparing him to be sent away to America. Thank you for watching the movie. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps like that.